Yo, what's good with y'all? It's literally like 2:30 a.m. in the morning, but we still gonna drop this video. Let's go. If I sound kind of off right now, it's because I'm a little bit sick and tired. I definitely think one of these girls got me sick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been like hanging out with like a new girl, like a different girl every single day for like the past week. And I think one of them got me sick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So anyways, how do we learn Japanese? How can we acquire Japanese? Through reading books. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna like go into like why reading books is good for you, because you should just know this, okay? Books is good for you. Read books. Don't be like a doo-doo head, a dum-dum head, you know what I'm saying? Read some books. It's good for you. But how can we acquire Japanese? Through reading books. Let's go. So, assuming you have your basic foundations down, I wouldn't start this until you have your basic foundations down. By basic foundations, I really mean both of your hiragana and katakana down, a little bit of kanji, you know what I'm saying? You have some basic grammar down, you understand like the conjugations of the verbs, you understand like sentence structure, things of that nature. You know like, okay, Japanese is a SOV, not SVO like English. You understand these things, and once you have that kind of basic foundation down, I would say you have the green light to go start reading books. So at this point, you probably just want to read whatever books interest you, and that's cool, and you can do that. That being said, I would highly recommend you start small. Start with things like slice of life manga or even kids books, you know what I'm saying? Now the objective here is to get a feel for what reading in the Japanese language looks and feels like, right? And you're also going to be looking up new common words as you come across them and putting them in your Anki deck, right? You get the drill at this point. A lot of getting words, a lot of inputting into your Anki deck. It's just how the language processing works, alright? Now the good thing about slice of life manga and like kids books is that any new word that you do come across is probably going to be a common word, because the language in these books are like everyday language, all right? So most of the time, matter of fact, probably all the time, anytime you come across a new word, it's going to be a common word, so you might as well just add it into your deck, right? This is great like vocabulary farming. Like, you know how like a video game you do like certain tasks to do like experience farming, right? To get like XP points farming. This is like that, both vocab, right? We need vocab, obviously. So this is like getting like vocab farming, essentially. And then we'll just keep doing this for, a couple books down the line, you know what I'm saying? This in combination with other forms of immersion like YouTube, Netflix, shows, movies, all that stuff. We'll just keep doing this until we get like a good feel for it. Now, when it comes to progressing further in this, we essentially want to slowly but surely start reading books or content sources that are like, slowly incrementing and increasing in reading level, all right? And I want you guys to understand something. It doesn't have to be books. It can be anything. It can be like Twitter posts. It can be news articles. It can be like journal articles, you know what I'm saying? It can be anything. But whatever you do, I highly recommend that you do it digitally. Whatever you read, whether it's books or articles, Twitter, make sure it's digital, because it just makes looking words up so much easier, okay? Like, trust me, please, like, just all you gotta do is copy and paste it in dictionary. Whereas if you're like come across a new kanji and you don't know how to read it or pronounce it, it's such a hassle, okay? So please just get books digitally, or whatever thing you want to do digitally, and then you can just copy and paste whatever new words you want. So once you get a couple books down, and you're obviously continuing your immersion with other sources like Netflix, YouTube, and shows and whatever, and you've been adding words into your Anki deck, you now want to slowly shift away from the manga and start getting into novels, okay? And to start, I recommend getting novels or reading novels of a story that you already know, right? Like an anime that you already watched, or like Harry Potter if you already watched that one, or it's already in English, right? Do something that you already know. And some of y'all might be like thinking or like wondering, why do I gotta read novels, okay? Why can't I just stay with manga? And I get you, I actually do, trust me. I like manga a lot more than like actual like novels, right? That being said, novels do have a specific benefit to them that you cannot get from manga, okay? Novels will allow you to actually use your brain more, because it allows you to develop the skill of building up the context of the story in your brain in a new language, okay? For example, with manga, everything's already drawn out for you, right? The setting, what the people look like, what the situation looks like, what everything looks like is already drawn out for you. But when you have a novel, you have to create all that in your head. in this new language, okay? So you're not just reading the story, but you're also developing the skill of creating the context of the story in this new language in your head. And that's a skill you just cannot get from manga, okay? So you have to create the setting, create the imagery of the people, create the situation and scenario and all that stuff in your head in Japanese. And that's a fire skill if you ask me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, don't get me wrong, like you can definitely learn Japanese through manga, but being able to do this is what separates, you know, some of the newbies from the advanced kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really recommend reading novels, you know, challenge yourself a little bit, right? Just challenge yourself, it's good for you. Oh yeah, you can also like extrapolate this to any language, right? It don't gotta be Japanese. Like, everything I'm saying, you can do it for any language, not just Japanese. So like Spanish or like Francis or Portuguese or whatever, right? Like whatever language you want to do, just, you can apply these same rules. That being said, you're probably wondering, okay, like how do I go about this? How do I like actually like read these books, right? These novels, like it looks so challenging, it looks so overwhelming. So for me, when I read novels, my strategy like implements two forms of reading that I like to incorporate, and I think this will help you. So the first form, or I guess like method you can say, is like this more intense version of the reading, where when I'm reading, I'm basically just like looking up every single new word, you know, in the dictionary, and maybe I'll put it in my Anki deck, maybe I won't, but I'm just looking up every single new word so I can get maximum comprehension. And the other form, like the other method you could say, is where I'm just reading just for the sake of reading, right? Like if I don't know a word, I can choose whether or not to look it up, or I can just, you know, passively read, or just like read just for the enjoyment, right? Just reading, okay? So you kind of have like two ends of the spectrum right here, right? One is where like you're looking up every single word and it's really not immersive at all or engaging at all, but it's like for maximum comprehension. And then you have the other end of the spectrum where like you're just like occasionally looking up words as you see fit, but you're really reading just more like for the enjoyment of it, you know? I personally wouldn't recommend doing one over the other. I would try to incorporate both, you know? Like I would try to incorporate a small percentage, maybe like 10% of your reading time for that really intense one, you know? Looking up every single word. It's really tedious, it's not engaging at all. You probably like all your words going out in this ear, out the other, but you know, it's good for comprehension, right? Because you're getting new vocab, you know? And that the rest of the time you can spend for just reading of enjoyment, you know? Don't spend a lot of time with this like intense method, right? It's very tedious and it's like fast track way to burnout, okay? Don't do this. It's like 20 minutes per day should be suffice for it, all right? Spend the rest of your time actually with like engagement of your reading content, you know, like engaging in your content that you're reading. And that's like essentially it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really like no need to overcomplicate it. It's really just starting. The main problem is just starting. Just challenge yourself, get outside your comfort zone a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just start reading these books, start small with manga, slice of life stuff, you know what I'm saying? Kids books, slowly shift your way to novels, you know, keep reading and keep reading and keep reading. And then slowly but surely you will see yourself like, whoa, I can actually like read a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like my comprehension is actually kind of crazy. And yeah, that's essentially it, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, by the way, I have Instagram now. Go follow it. But yeah, that's essentially it. I hope you find this video useful, and yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.